Hello. Hello, hi. Good evening, everybody. And welcome. Welcome to tonight's stream. Took long enough to set it up, I hope. The settings are correct now. You hear everything just fine. Hear my voice just fine, not too loud. And also the music is there but not disturbing. As always, music tonight is provided by Lofi Girl. Gonna do a chill stream and take this beautiful aircraft, the C-160 Transally, around Norway, up the eastern coast of Norway. Yeah, don't really have a real plan for tonight as of yet. We're just gonna go from airfield to airfield. You can put this plane down pretty much anywhere. That's the beauty of it. And that's probably exactly what we're gonna do. The sun is just about to come up here. And let's have a quick look, get our bearings, where we are, where we want to go. I don't even know it myself. Like we're on the southwestern tip of Norway. Flew here last time from, don't even know what the island was called. No, it didn't come from here, right? We came from Kirkwell in Scotland, in northern Scotland, somewhere around here. KWL, Kirkwell. So that's where we came from with the Mad Dog, with the NB80 last time. Except this a little bit bigger. And today we're starting here at Echo November Zulu Victor Solar Airfield, whatever. There's a song called Sadness. Like the big sadness here. We're definitely gonna have to drop some herbs on the city to make it less sand. Good, depending on the wind, I wish to depart eastbound here. Like I said, to just fly a circle around the city of Sadness and then continue up to our next airfield that's coming up north, Karmøy, Haugesund. And we're probably just, gonna enter the VOR frequencies, and then pretty much just follow the needle. Not doing much of calculations like cruising altitude and such. We're just gonna take off, fly at low level, experience the beautiful nature, experience the beautiful morning mood here in Western Norway, and go from airfield to airfield. There's another airfield. So yeah, we're gonna do touch and goes, we're gonna do landings, all that kind of stuff. Good, so let's put the charts up here. Let's see, I have control here. God, I'm so unprepared. Like I didn't even bring my HOTAS to the table I needed for flying. I mean, it's gonna be like an hour from now, probably, if we take things slow and chill until we need to use it. But I'd rather have it here now. Just sitting there, I can reach my other controls just fine. So good. Let's see. So that should be about light in half an hour or something. You can already see pretty well. And when the time has come to really start up the plane and get going, we're probably gonna have enough daylight to see our surroundings, to enjoy the coastline, the nature, all that stuff, all the sights. The boy of calcium is already hi there. The boy of calcium is already sitting in the cockpit. Although that's me, who am I then, standing out here? And I suppose we can start. We can turn up the music a little bit, just a tiny bit, right? Should still be able to hear me just fine. Let's be a bit taller, like so. And have a quick walk around the airplane, just checking out the beautiful model. We're gonna go into detail later. We're gonna experience the model in depth today, as much as I, can handle and can tell you. But we're not just gonna hop in, start up and get going, but take our time, have a talk about, whichever topic comes up, and also how beautiful the different systems are modeled here in the plane. So I'm quite excited for that. I mean, that's super cool, like with all the covers still attached, the propellers tied down, the massive landing gear area here. And you know what? I just thought before we start the walk around, I guess we should go inside, power up the plane, just the basics, and then we can power all the systems and open up hatches and stuff to really have a look at the airplane. So let's get in there. I already positioned myself here. That's a really beautiful view, and the weather doesn't seem all too bad today, but a few clouds is always exciting. It's kind of boring, when there's no wind, no clouds. You need a little bit of weather to really, immerse yourself to, like, when is there ever, like, zero wind and clear skies? So those days exist, but they're rare, I think. So, and of course you want to go through the clouds, you want to experience that. So, did I just get myself stuck? No, I didn't. Good. So we're gonna have a look at the cargo compartment here later. We're gonna take the stairs up to the cockpit. And can we get this chair? No, we can just move it forward and backward. We can't get it out of the way. That's okay. Good. So, 4-person job normally. We're gonna do it alone today, with a little help of our friend Ruby here. We love Ruby. But apart from that, we are alone in the cockpit, so mistakes will be made. Again, we're not gonna take things all too seriously in our streams here. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna treat the airplane like a real one, like we really are there and trying to operate it properly. But we can push the boundaries that we have a bit more than we would do in the real world. Now with all the safety margins and stuff, we can, try to land on very, very short runways. It's not gonna end in catastrophe if we run over, touch a tree or something. And we're gonna make use of that, surely, but I still want it to feel kind of real. Let's close the window just another second, just to bring the EFB here in good view. We're gonna load up the plane later. That's all looking good. We're gonna, let's pretty much empty the tanks. I want to do some manual refueling. I want to try that. Methane can stay full. Let's have that about balanced. Doesn't matter all too much. Right, we're gonna fill it up anyway. Do some CrossFit playing and stuff. It's gonna be fine. Good, apart from that, what did I want to do? I would want to connect a GPU, please. Yes. We can lay off the APU for just a second. It's not really fuel expensive, but for just the bare necessities, we don't really need the APU running. Also, I love the flashlight that you're given when things are completely off. I just love that. I love the feel of that. So the GPU is connected, but that should be the GPU, right? Need to go outside for a second. Is the GPU there? It's standing there. We have to turn you on. Nah. You should be running automatically. But it doesn't produce any sound as of now. Man, I don't know what to do. I just got here. Okay. Fuck it. You know, I want to be self-sufficient. Can add fuel whenever we want. So good. How did that work? Want to first connect the batteries. Quickly turn off the warning, as it's very, very annoying. But that's all looking good. We want to already turn the position lights on. And with that, let's carry out a fire test on the APU. That wasn't the APU fire test. That was stupid. Like, this is engine 2, engine 1, and this is the APU. Just didn't see that. So that's the fire test. It's working. And with that, we can start up the APU. And you know what? Since we do know where the APU is, we can also experience that. From the outside, I know for a fact that the APU is located here in the left main gear compartment. And first we're gonna open up here the air inlet. Can we? I can't see anything. It's too dark. But that's where the little jet engine, the tiny little APU is. Oh, hey Alex, how are you doing? Good, so we can start up the APU. I hope I didn't forget anything. We're gonna bring up the checklist in just a second. But you can hear the tiny little jet engine in there, spooling up. Where's the exhaust of that thing? There it is, look. Beautiful, so with that we can turn on the air bleed and we can turn on the generator. G5, how is that not illuminated? It is. Good, so we want to transfer this down to all the systems. So we should have power everywhere, right? Good, so let's try to find some cockpit lights. Get the compass, no. What's that? Pilot lighting, no. Oh, it was like this, right? You know what, let's have that green light. rescue. No. On. Green. Like it's tested different modes, right? Green off. Yeah, I don't really like the UV light in the sim. White light. I guess that's cool too. Can we mix that? Let's have a bit of green in there. Why not? Good. There must be more controls like this. Again, I'm sorry if I make mistakes along the way here. I did fly this plane before, but you know, just briefly, just getting the basics down on how to start it. But like not really getting into deep into turn this on, deep into the systems. And of course, if you want to have proficiency on the plane, you just need to practice it, right? There's no way around it. You have to suck for a while, do things slowly. Get that on, a little bit of green. Do things slowly, suck for a while, and then you get better and better as you go along. Upper console. Want to have light here. That looks cool, illuminated from behind. I think that's enough to... Right. I mean, daylight's coming in anyway, right? It's getting brighter by the second. But it's still cool to see all these systems here. Good, let's also turn on the screens. Like so, on the pilots and also on the co-pilot side. Which reminds me, let's start the INS right away. Which should be... Where's the INS? That's here. Set that to enough. Align and battery operated. Why? Shouldn't be. It shouldn't be battery operated. Like the transfer here is on. We should not be drawing from the battery. So I'm sorry for being a noob right here, but is that... Like that's the batteries, right? Is that how much it's drawing at the moment? And if that's coming from the APU generator, right, going right here, I don't know why that's red. I don't know why that's red, but that should also be going down. At least it should be going down here, right? Transfers on, should be getting electrical power from the APU, right? Like if we turn the landing lights on, where are they? They should be drawing something, right? Landing light, taxi light. That change anything here? Let's look here. Look here. The amperage. That does go up and down, right? It's drawing, but is it drawing from the battery now? And generator 5 is not. It's not going anything. Why? Oh, look. Generator 5. There it is. Good, so I guess that's all okay. I guess electrics are all okay now. Good. With the APU running there, we should also be able to open the cargo hatch. So let's do that now too. I know we can open the ramp, but can we? You know, I want to lower the fuselage, and I don't know if that's possible by buttons here. I know in real life the handbook says in real life it isn't anyway, so you have to have a guy outside, like here, standing on the next to the gear. There has to be a hatch somewhere, controls that allow you to, you know, lower the fuselage here, and then you know, easily load stuff into the plane. So I can also, can we open the gear compartment and do fuselage lowering? That would be cool. But I think I want to go to the other side since it's not so loud over there. Zoom out just a little bit. Look at that massive gear, man. So that is super cool. Look at it moving ever so slightly. So that whole part is meant to be stationary. And here's where the shock absorption takes place. That is super cool. That's really well done right there. And now I want to see how that kneeling mechanism works. Like, we need hydraulic power for that. Where is our hydraulic power? I think it was it down here? Where are the circuits? Here are the circuits, right? Levels are fine in both, but we don't have... We can turn the electrical pump on. But I think everything is... It's like supplied by the other circuit, by the APU circuit. Or am I stupid? I don't know. I just don't know. Okay, let's not waste too much time here. Let's just try if that's working. Was kind of a janky animation at the start, but where's the lowering? The lowering also comes from the shock absorbers, right? It's nothing is done with all the stuff here. Right. Okay, but that's definitely the lowered position. Let's also close the gear compartment. Let's come back here. And I know you can do it via the EFB, right? You can do it, you can open the back compartment here. But you can also do it in the like in the EFB, and you can do it, you know, one by one. And I think when you use the cockpit switches, you can only do it like both at the same time. The upper and the lower part. Whatever that means. Red, green. I don't know. So, can we open that? We can. I don't know if the animation is kind of janky there, or if that's really meant to be that way. Good, so now we can load all kinds of stuff. Let's see our options. We can get the seats down, and that's gonna allow us to put soldiers there, right? Where are my men? They are good men. Well, they're supposed to be soldiers sitting there. Maybe they overslept. I don't know. Let's kick them out. Let's get the seats up. We can have like different vehicles. Stuff like that. We definitely need to test the drop function. We need to test the flares. We need to test and do everything today. And I really want to drop vehicles, right? Is that an amphibian vehicle? I'm sorry, I really don't know my stuff when it comes to military equipment. But that looks like a boat propeller to me. Good, so those are nicely tied down. Good. So, we still got 13 tons to go, so I guess we're gonna load up 8 tons of fuel. How does that sound? Let's also open this door. So let's open everything. Also have the cargo light on. That is really well done. A really, really cool plane right there. I do love it already. Good, so what did we want now? We want manual refueling. So I can only refer to what I read in the manual on the PDF. And I think what it said, if I understood correctly, we want to have ground services and connect, call and connect the fuel truck, and then we can use the built-in fuel systems to manually pump fuel into the tanks. Hey Dix, how are you doing tonight? Hope you're great. We just started taking things slow. Yeah, trying to have some fun with our beautiful C-160. Not trying to figure out how to fuel it up. So give me just a second, and I do Need to bring up trusty handbook. Good. So, where are my ground services? I never really used those. I only ever used the pushback tool for the ground services. So, but that way we can call a fuel truck, right? Can we? Can we have a fuel truck, please? Or do we want to just... No, right? That can't be. But do I have to have the fuel truck called? Otherwise, we can just fill it up with the tablet, no problem with the EFB. But I'd rather do it like this. I don't even remember where the gosh darn refueling panel is. It's also not down here, right? Is it like, should be the job of someone else, right? In the cockpit. Okay, so that's... Why is that non-modeled? That's too bad. Okay guys, for real, I do not know. I do not know how to refuel this plane. Didn't even succeed in bringing in a truck. So screw it. Let's get liters. It's in liters and not in kilograms. Okay, so let's bring about 5,000 liters. Like so, that's equal. Another 3,000 here. 14. That's okay. So that's 38. Now you're here. Okay. Okay, but there's no truck visible. Yeah, good. I don't care. Gonna do it another time. Let's have another ton here. Or like 1,000 liters. So that's to 8. That's 3,600. Let's also put 1,000 in here. And 8,600 liters. Should be about 7.5 tons. That's that fuel weight. Look, I wasn't even that far off. 7,651 kilograms. That brings us to 44 tons out of 51 max. So that's looking awesome. And why do you say battery operated? I did something wrong, right, with the APU. But that's on, that's all on. And especially the this is connected, right? All these lights are off. The batteries are connected and charged up. Well, I don't know, I guess let's just get going. Start up the engines as soon as possible. And then we're gonna be self-sufficient. We're loaded up with cargo, we are loaded up with fuel. Let's definitely close all these doors. Are you not closing? Is that someone standing there, right there? Like the light. There is the... Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me, fuel truck? You're not supposed to go inside the airplane. God damn you. You want to transfer fuel. You want to transfer... You're not... How... Can you please... Can you please freak off? What the hell, man? Yeah, run me over. Run me over again. Please, no. Why you do this, man? Can I have no fuel, please? Okay, so this is what leaving looks like. And now you're just stationed here, or what? The things we have to... God damn it. So that should be closing now, right? That's closed. Let's get that to neutral. Beautiful. Doors are all closed. Let's also, of course, now get rid of the covers. Good, so that looks like a plane that's ready for startup. First we need some charts, we need some basic information. Do we have an ATIS 1260? Now let's see. Again, I'm not really familiar with military equipment. So this all does stuff like airplane is airplane, like it's all functioning kind of similar in the same way. But there's differences between, you know, like a Boeing and an Airbus, and there's also differences between civilian and military aircraft. So this is one of those things, right? There's no FMS. This is something else. Also, we don't have like a transponder. We have an IFF, identification friend or foe. So that's something we have to worry about. We only do want to... what do we want to enter here? Can we expand this? We can't. Oh yeah, it's right here. I didn't see that buttons, like these buttons, are still belong to this unit. So here we can now enter the frequency, which was 1260. Yes, 1260. Want to have in COM1. Enter. COM1. I'm not hearing anything. Yeah, no, that's... how's that? But it's a running theme kind of that I don't get the COM, the ATIS to work when I enter the frequency, like in the panel. It's a recurring theme with my streams. I don't know why. So COM1, let's like enter that in COM2. How do we do that? Like so, 1260, enter in COM2. And that has to be the active frequency, right? Good, what if we bring up the thing here? Look! It says 1260. But why am I not hearing stuff? The hell am I doing wrong all the time? Whatever. Good. Let's read instead of listen. Altimeter 3000. We can enter that already. Can we have that in millibars, please? Well, you know what, screw you. Gonna take the charts here, we're gonna check out the weather here. So wind, 1407. That will give us runway 10. Our desired runway, really. For departure, that's great. 7 knots is also manageable. Okay. Again, it's gonna be beautiful weather today. We have temperature 4, and it's only gonna rise since the sun is coming up. Edge 10, 16, so let's enter that here. 10, 16, we're looking for 29 feet. 25 feet, that's close enough. Is that automatically? No, it's not automatically on the other side, so 10. 16. Like so. That's looking close enough. Good, beautiful. So that's all we need for just now. So now, how can we? I'm sorry, I'm such a noob, but how can we now come back to initialization and entering routes and such? I mean, we're pretty much gonna rely on VR navigation anyway. I'm gonna do hops about 10, 15, 20 miles, so We don't really need to enter flight plan, but just out of curiosity, how do I... Oh, return. Okay, okay, so we can return. Cool. Flight. We cannot expand on flight. From 2 we could enter. I mean, let's just for the heck of it, right? Let's just enter what we're doing. Echo November. So that's gonna be funky. Look at how that's entered. That's the 2 key, but we want to have this central character. That's super funky. Echo, November, Zulu, and Victor. So that's the first character here. I'm flying up to how you called Haugesund, Echo November, Hotel Delta. So Echo November, Hotel Delta. Enter that. Tactical, I don't know what that means. We're gonna be flying tactical today. We don't have a tactic. Good to that, but that did enter our airport here, right? But how can we... Okay, right. So that's switching the pages here. At end of the airport. What's this weight? OEW. Did I? Never heard of that. But we have fuel weight 7.64 tons. Let's round up to 7.7 tons. Fuel, enter. And the load 6.5. So 0.6. Why did I round that even? But that is 6.5. 1 rounded. So let's enter that here. Let's re-enter the weight. 0.764. 6.4. Enter that into the fuel. Ground static air temperature should be 4. Plus 4. Flaps 10 degrees for takeoff. OEW, what's that? Good, sorry, I really don't know what... If that's the empty weight. Like, EW suggests like that it's empty weight. Operating empty weight. Something like that. Do we have that here? Like we got 44. Let's add that together. That's about 14.1. That's 30.2. Let's just enter that here. I don't really care. $30.2. Enter that here. Gross weight 44.35. That's surprisingly close, and also, yeah, we do. Apparently, we did enter that correctly. So that's the initialization done, right? We have an airport entered. We do not have a flight plan. We don't need a flight plan. Beautiful. So we also want to set up, of course, no, that's not here, that's here. What is out of our navigation? Want to have, where is it? 15.5 here on standby. 11515. Here on standby. And our VOR here 1685, so 11685 here on the active. And I guess we cannot find out the course from here to here, right, without making up a whole new flight. I mean, really, we can just, you know what, we can just transfer that. We can leave that in as backup. We can really have a, you know, just have this frequency. We're gonna take our fly up north. When we receive it, we're gonna take the direct route to the airport. We don't care tonight. And we're gonna probably come around and land like down towards the southeast. Good, so the navigation has been set up. I also want to have, before we forget, I want to set those to start. Good. All the doors are closed. The fuel truck is parked, not in our back, but somewhere else. This airplane looks like it's ready to taxi. So let's, you know, begin the startup procedure in just a second. Let's have a brief look over the checklist, so we didn't forget anything like super duper important. So of course both batteries are on, the fuel valves. Those suckers here, they're all opened on this side and on the other side. And the collision lights. Why is that? We need before starting engine. Oh yeah. But how does the anti-collision light come on right away? That's like the sign that the engines are about to be started. Good. Anyways, position light and anti-collision light is on. APU and of course APU has been started. So the gen has been started as well. The parking brake is set. Let's see where that is. So we can check later on. That is the parking brake, right? Brake is set. APU bleed of course is on. Fuel pumps can now all come on. Engine vibration measure. Oh lordy. Where was that? That's not it. Should be up here somewhere. I mean, we're up here already. Let's redo that. This also has to illuminate. We want to have illumination here in the fire test. And let's see the condition level. And this thing lit up. Same on the other side. Test. So that does seem to work fine. That's it right here, right? The vibration. Engine vibration measure is on. The condition levels are set. Cutoff, idle lever left are set to start. That's what we just did here. And with that, we can start the engines. But before we do that, really sorry, I have to go to the bathroom for just a second. I'm gonna leave you out here with the plane sitting in the morning sun. Also, wait a second. You should be coming up now. I'm still kneeling down. Let's not forget that. For real. So, but with that we're all set for the engine start. Again, I'm gonna give you the outside view. I'll be back in a second. I'm back, and I just noticed, stupid me again, never got rid of the starting soon overlay. You guys gotta tell me that if I screw up. Good, where were we at? Let's get rid of the EFB, we don't need it for now. So let's open up the windows for the engine start. That's gonna be cool. Also, one more thing I wanted to test. Let's come a bit closer here. I wanted to test the mechanical feathering, or the, ground feathering. There were buttons for that, right? But we're looking at... Those are the buttons here. Feather pumps. We're looking at the number 1 engine. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. And now it's feathered. Like, we can taxi with one engine way easier. I did that once, but it wasn't feathered, and it was off, and it was just awful. Also, I tried a single engine takeoff with unfeathered propellers, so that was stupid. Yeah. I hope that won't interfere with our startup now, but that's looking super cool. I'm happy. I'm happy with that. We're gonna start number 2 engine first, though. Let's do this from inside the cockpit. We got the windows open. We should be hearing everything just fine. Good. So I hope I set everything up correctly up until this point. Again, we did read the in-game checklist. We did read the in-game checklist, but I don't know if it's really comprehensive, covering everything. Oh, Max Meyer is in the chat. Hey boy, how are you doing? Get the master startup ready. Engine number 2. Let's go. There we go. So which indication do we need to... Which indication do we need to worry about here? I don't even know. I was passing. Is that... That's not the inner turbine, right? Beta. Actually, am I stupid now? Where's the... Ice here. The high pressure. Yeah. We can definitely introduce the fuel now. That's loud! Man, that's loud. Let's turn that down just a little bit. Just so you can hear me. Good. So starter number 2 comes off, starter number 1 comes on. Gonna have a look here at the indication here, 20%. So fuel coming on. Yeah, it's too loud. It's too loud, I know, but that's just because we like loud. That should be fine now. can bring down the... Not that the engines are running, we can bring down the flight sim sound just a little bit. A little bit more on the music maybe. Beautiful. I mean, that's super loud for me too. I have to turn down my headset just a bit. Good. So with that, all the generators come on. We can close the transfer switches now. Turn off the APU generator. We can heat the pitot, heat the angle of attack sensor. Servo heat, why not? Can't harm, right? Canopy heating, let's get that too low. It's not super cold. Again, but can't harm. Everything else looking good, looking fine. What are these lights? Change transfer. Get that to auto maybe? Set that on auto. The air valves. We never opened the air valves on the APU. So we never we never had air conditioning in the cabin. It was cold, but who cares? Good, that's all looking very nice. We can get rid of the leader of the APU. Shut down the APU as a whole. And again, close the little APU air inlet that draws outside air for the small engine. What a beauty. Did we set up the VR navigation correctly? We didn't. We did, right? But we don't receive it yet. So that's showing. Where's that? We want to have ground speed. Let's have the wind displayed here. And also let's again bring in the taxi chart here. You go away. Where we're at, where we want to go. Wind is coming from 140, so we want to have runway 10. We're just gonna come down here. Start taxiing, go to the right. Is that really what we can do? Start taxiing, go to the right. And then taxi down onto the runway and just backtrack. There's no other traffic here. Good, so we're gonna hide that. Checklist, I wanted to leave you open. Have a quick glimpse over the starting engine checklist. So we did all that. We started the engines, of course within the numbers. The generators are on, the APU is off, the APU inlet is closed, generator 5 is off. Not necessarily in that order, but we did all that. Good. Also, nav lights have already been turned on. Taxi lights. Where's where's the front? Extended. And let's test the brakes in a second before takeoff. Yeah, we want to set, of course, the flaps. Let's come over here really quickly. Let's have a look at the flaps working. And 20%, so that's really... Those are some quick flaps. Cool, nice, awesome. I don't want to overdo it with the sound. Let's come off the parking brake. And round the corner. And yeah, the sound on the plane isn't perfect, but I still really do like it. Most of the criticism I heard comes from, you know, the takeoff sounds when the engines are under full power. But like the startup sequence and the like the idle sound right now, I love it. Like the low rumbling and the high pitched, you know, screaming of the internal engines. I do love it. Good, so we're gonna bring around just here. Is that... I don't know what it is with the missing textures. I don't know what that's all about. They're just coming in. Yeah, flight sim was kinda buggy for me lately, so I don't really know what that's all about. That's a little FedEx plane. That's cool. We're also delivering packages tonight. But a little known secret is our packages contain drugs. Let's come to a stop here for a second. I need to set up head tracking for a second here. Good, so that seems to work. So fuel dump valves are closed. I don't know what that is. I can't be... Oh yeah, they are. Why are they all opened? No, wait. What the fuck am I doing? It's gonna kill our engines if we do that. Wait. Where are we going? Where are we going? Let's just come to a stop here. What is happening? Who's at fault here just now? Is it me or is it a checklist? You're floating, boy. Whatever. let's come to... Bring those up to speed now. We're about to take off. That is super strange, man. That is super strange. Why do you want to have it closed? I mean, it does say fuel dump closed here. I'm doing something completely wrong here. Can you recover from that? No, you can't. Like, what the hell? What the hell is that, man? What am I doing? Am I at fault here? Okay, so... I mean, I never turned that off either, so... Good. Let's restart you. That is super strange, man. Flaps have been set for takeoff, of course. Flight controls. Are free, full and free. What the hell, man? Good. Pitch trim. Let's see, where we at? 0. I don't know, I have no experience with that plane. We're gonna leave it at 0 and see how much, you know, how much that's out of trim. So we can make it better, do it better next time. Right. And also you can come to normal now. Never did that either. So again, did I miss stuff on the checklist? Or is the checklist just not comprehensive? I don't know. But let's get this starter off. Starter main off. So that's good. We're about to enter a runway. So we can just... you know, turn on the landing lights. Everything else seems to be looking good in the green and in order. All the engine instrumentation, everything is in the green. Beauty. Beauty. Beautiful. Just one thing that I want to do is set the VOR to about the just about the heading that we need to go. So that's about 330, right? We're gonna set that here. 330. And we're gonna set the heading to... where are we going? 100? About 100. Could have set that when we're on the runway. But who cares? Like the heading is set. We are set. Beautiful. No parking brake. Why are you pulling to the left? Boy, what is it now? Man, I don't get what I'm doing wrong today. So if I use the rudder, it's just gonna stay locked like this. How is that fair? Good. So I guess we now want to backtrack here on this runway, right? Should be runway 28. Again, so unprepared, man. How is that even possible? Where's my? I want to have my airport. I want to have my taxi chart, please. Look, that's okay. We're on the right track. Let's have a look here from the outside. Really, what is happening there? Come on, the brakes just a little bit. Okay, so now you're not doing it anymore. Right, center. Okay, beautiful. Just a little bit more lo-fi music. Good, so screw these valves. Flaps are set for takeoff. Flight controls have been checked off free. Pitch trim neutral for takeoff. Bleed air valves all closed. Okay, why is that? I'm gonna do that in a second. Our temperature was in the green, so I guess it's above 60. Taxi lights off, landing lights on. Yep. Fuel pressure again, everything was in the green. Pitot heat is on. We don't need defrost just now. Let's bring up the takeoff checklist. Oh, just a second. Can we... Is that asphalt that we can use to turn around? That's great. That's also... Good, so the heading will be checked, but it's looking good. It's going to be heading 100, more or less. Did we... Hit 4, so it's 104, right? Come on the parking brake for just a second. Now I want to have the wind. And heading 104. That's corresponding with our runway. So headings checked, alarms are all off. Condition levers both in high idle. Throttle's gonna be full in just a second. And rotation speed about 110 knots. With that, we can close the checklist. And one last car moment. Please, please let me have control. Good, that does look great. control is enabled. Head tracking comes back on. Windows active. Coming off the parking brake. No, coming on the parking brake. Just need to reorient everything here. Good. Parking brake off. Standing on the brakes. Advancing the power. I was just waiting for the pressure to build up. Everything's looking fine, no warnings, all in the green. Let's go. Airspeed has come alive. Right there. Checking down the runway really nicely. There's 100 knots coming up. 110. So that's rotation. And gears coming up. And I can see what the critical voices are saying. Like that the sounds on takeoff under power are kind of underwhelming. So flaps 10, accelerating. Re-trimming a bit. Going 160 now, that's good. Flaps can come up. And we can continue our climb. Is that photogrammetry? That looks really good. Like the differently colored houses. That can't be auto-generated. Right. Good, anyways. We had 2,000 feet. So let's kinda level off. Also, I didn't set up the autopilot at all. That's my fault. We're gonna bring the plane just on, you know, the heading 330. That's gonna be about right. That's looking really beautiful down there. Come on, trim. Play nicely. I'm gonna turn off head tracking here for a second. Where's my autopilot? Oh no, where's this goddamn autopilot? There is one, I know it. Are we balanced? We're accelerating just a bit and descending, so we are a bit out of trim. Let's get the nose up again. I did use the autopilot. I mean, I know what we have to do is kind of go to the alt page And we want to select the altitude that we intend to fly at. 2,000 feet, QNH 1016. That's good. Here's the autopilot. So we engage that. Right, okay, and then altitude, heading hold. Going to go to heading select. Oh, that's wrong. Want to select an intercept heading. Like... So you're intercepting the radial, right? Beautiful, you're doing good. You are doing good, little plane. So... Next select... And is that now armed? Nav 1 and altitude 2,000 feet, right? That's looking great. Landing light can stay on, of course. Let's do some resemblance of an after takeoff checklist. I'll check that the flaps are up, the gears up, lights are all out. Also no warning apart from that. Speed is good on autopilot. It's now hopefully trying to intercept. Trying to intercept the radio. Look at that, man. How freaking awesome is that? That's a super cool plane. Okay, so we're now 15 miles out. What happens? Like, let's synchronize the heading, go to heading select from radio, and then come down here, radio navigation, and go to the other VR, right? Let's see what radial we are on. Only 12 miles out too, so just activate radio navigation here. So here's our distance. We got 29 knots, 28 knots tailwind. And we're about to intercept the radial here. Synchronize our heading. Distance 9 miles. It's gotta be out there somewhere. And we can check out the surroundings here. It's gotta be at the tip, you know, at the very tip, at the very coast. So is that it? What can we expect? What runway can we expect? Three, 1 and 1-3. And 130, so that's great. Since we are at nav, can bring already the our heading pointer to our outbound course of 310, is it? 313 degrees. We're gonna cross the airfield, fly outbound 30 degrees, offset, and then come around. Do a touch and go. That's looking cool. Do we have windsocks down there? Oh, my friend. It also looks like a really scenic and cool approach. But can we see a windsock, please? Apparently we can't. Good, not to worry. I'm gonna take over now. Gonna go down to idle. Just holding the altitude now. And trying to lose some speed. We do have powerful air brakes, but let's not make use of them if we don't really need to. That's 180, and I also don't really know the flap speeds, I'm sorry. I guess at 160 we can start to configure the plane. Let's lose some of the knots. Let's initialize a descent. Flaps 10, gear down. Also I want to have head tracking on now. No, I don't have control in this view. Oh shit. I lost sight of the airfield. Is that it? That is it. We're way too low. Okay, that already calls for another approach. I'm just gonna stay here at this altitude. Bring her in. We don't care today. We don't care. And again we're losing altitude. I said we're staying at 500. Let's convert some of the speed that we have into altitude, back into altitude, bring back on the glide slope, more flaps, more drag, 40 degrees now. The lo-fi was just a tad loud, right? There's the puppies coming in. "50 degrees of flaps, please." That's looking great. Wind pretty much on the nose, so no real challenge here. How are we looking speed-wise? 130, that's too much. Let's go flaps full, want to come down to 110. I mean, runway is pretty much long enough for anything. But we also don't want to use more than we really need to, right? That's 110. It's a bit gusty. It's looking very good. Come down to idle. Oh, that was a little drop here. Bring the flaps back to 30, back to 20, okay. And full power. That's 110, and we're going. Gears coming up. Good, let's try that again. I'm just gonna leave the flaps out. Gonna stay at 1,000 feet. Let's do some hand flying. Some real hand flying, shall we? So where's my jet window? There we blasted through 1,000 feet. There's downwind, really messy downwind. There's the runway. And we're gonna have a real short approach. So there's the threshold, just passing the threshold. Gear can come down, flaps 30. And we're coming around. Starting the descent, 140 knots, 40 degrees of flaps. Don't overdo it with the sink rate. 50 degrees of flaps now. There's the runway inside. It's also not level off. $120 knots, looking very good. Can shallow out the turn. Definitely not gonna overshoot. Let's keep the descent. We're still a tad high by the puppies. That's okay, flaps full now. Little bit out of trim there. Let's try to do it from the outside, this one. Speed's looking good. Come on. Do the bonk. 30 degrees of flaps. Full power. And back pressure on the stick. Gear up. That is a cool plane, man. I love it. Good, flaps 10. Good, let's bring her around, bring her up to 2,000 again. Flaps up to. Bye bye, Max Meyer. Was nice having you here. Have a good night. And text me. I'm gonna be on for another hour or so, and then we can text. Good. About 2,000 feet. About northbound heading. Where's our heading bug? No, 2,000 please. Trim your ass out. I'm in the autopilot's on. And the autopilot's on. We can begin to think about where we're going next. Good. Let's see our Navigraph charts. So let's just recheck. Want to go to heading select. Of course not. Heading hold. Doesn't really matter. For now we don't even know where we're going yet. Just know we're going northbound somewhere. Look at that. That's the next airport. 113.4 is the VOR frequency. So let's enter that here. 103.4, enter. Let's see what radio we are on just now. Rotate it more. Bring the needle. Bring the needle over to the, to the left of the arrow, so we have an intercept course, and then we can. We are already the lazy man's way. We are on an intercept heading, so we can turn on the radio navigation. Distance is 17 miles. And we're gonna drop some stuff on that airport. Let's for now open up the rear compartment of the plane. That is cool. The horn can come off, and we're open. And really, with the autopilot engaged, let's just leave Ruby in charge here. He can manage. There are mountains coming. There are mountains coming up front. That's really not healthy, what we're doing. We're gonna do it anyway. Also, we did want to try out the flares, right? Let's not forget that. Oh, what did I do now? I don't know what key that just was, what I pressed. But that's super cool, like just sitting here. Can we save that as a view? Like so? No. No, I didn't, right? But now I'm just here. Okay. 6 miles to the airport. Right, we need some cause that won't kill us. Like when we pass the mountain and go a little bit to the left here. Switch over to heading select. Bring the heading over just a tad. But it wasn't too near to the mountain, right? No, that's cool, that's cool. Let's come back here quickly. Can't really run. Why did I pause the music? And when did I pause the music? Those are the questions. Look at that, man. Just imagine sitting here. That's way cool, man. And this is the airport. Good, but I'm just gonna leave you with this view for just a second. Let's have that a little bit quieter. And the music a little bit louder. And that should be fine, right? Not gonna crash into anything here. You can just fly. And I'm gonna see you in just a second. Good, okay, so where are we at now? Man, that still looks really cool. Not the sharpest of images. But damn. Good, Ruby, you did a very good job keeping us alive. Want to backtrack now. Where is it? Just come around. Oh, that's 180 degrees. Let's go to 150 or something and then check out the radio that we're on. 140, that's good enough. Gonna rotate our VR needle. And also in a second I want to bring up the approach charts, or rather only the taxi chart really, for our next airfield. So we can do a nice about 160 intercept. So where are we at here? What are we? We're definitely not. Oh, we did fly out that long. Okay. So we missed that airfield, right? We are right next to another airfield. It should be right on the other side here. Look. I mean, we can. Let's just... Okay, let's just stay here. Why not? But we're gonna drop our cargo on that airport first, right? Let's overlay that. So, okay, chill. Let's come down on the throttle a little bit. We are a bit too fast for the cargo drop. Wonder if the EFB ready for this. So these are already open. This I'm not sure. I never done this, right? So maybe we won't see it. Leave me alone, please. Okay, good. How's our speed looking? 160. So we're gonna have 30 degrees of flaps, please, and... Are you okay? Airplane, are you okay? Boy, what are you doing? Alright, we're gonna fly it by hand. What, 10, 20 degrees, something like that. 1500 feet, that's okay. We're gonna... let's go down to 1000. Reset the baro. 1013 now. I need head tracking, please. So that's the airport there, right? Okay, are you balanced? Are you more or less balanced? Should be right. Is that really the best angle though? Probably not. Want to see where we're dropping. And if we even are dropping. Right. Controls. Good. Just gonna fly over the runway at 1,000 feet. 140 knots. That does all sound fine and reasonable to me. I am always inclined to look for the puppies and act accordingly. But no, we're gonna stay 900, 850. It's also, everything is okay. We don't really care that much. Can we... And we can also look around, right? So that should be fine. Let's straighten out the plane, trim it down just a bit. And then cargo dropping, okay. Drop this. Are you dropping? Paratroopers? When did I get paratroopers? Yay! Yeah, it crashed into the trees. That is awesome. We're way too slow and dangerously low. Let's correct that. What is our wind doing? Come from behind, so we're just gonna... you know, let's just turn around. Bring it down for landing. Don't even need to go too fast. Flaps 40, gear down. Yeah, also probably want to close that cargo hatch now. Could, as I said, bring her around, leaving the flaps at 40 until we are at final. Staying at above 600 feet. Sounds quite healthy. Let's not climb too much either, but just hold the altitude. Expecting about 170 degrees or something for the runway. And we're climbing. Not good. Coming around further and steeper. Good girl. Good, let's stay at 800, we are below the glide path. Let's catch the center line. Flaps full now, we are way too fast for the kind of stuff we're trying to do. Should now bring the speed down. Oh, come on, to about 110, retrimming. I wanted to have a good view for the landing. But of course I totally waited till the last moment. That's also looking cool. Let's level out for a second, clear those trees. We're definitely gonna do that again in just a second. Now again coming off the gas, allowing the plane to lose some altitude. Up. Yeah, that was too late of a flare. Flaps to 30 degrees and full power. $110, we're rotating. Gear up. Also let's synchronize the heading. Just as a reminder where the runway heading is. It's already bringing her around. Can bring the flaps to 20%, but I think that's where we're gonna leave them. That's 20. Also 1,000 feet. Again, sounds reasonable. Coming off the gas a little bit. We're waiting for being on the downwind leg, like leveling out for the trim. We're gonna need nose down trim. Like so, maybe. We're a bit high. Can already go to flaps 30. We did pass the threshold. You know what, let's go flaps full, gear down. We're gonna whip her around some more. Need to lose some more airspeed, but that's not gonna be the problem. Can lose altitude and airspeed all we want. We got the most powerful spoilers in the world. Look, we're already on the poppies. Bring in more gas. Let's not overdo it. With the descent, we need to convert some of that speed into altitude. Still above 120, so that's level out for a second. There we are on the poppies again. 120, coming off the gas further. That's too steep of descent. Nah, that was shitty. I lost my bearings there. But let's touch. 150 was still a tad too fast. Nose up. I need that landing analysis tool. I mean, I don't know if that was smooth enough or not. Full power. Whoa, you stay here. 110, we're rotating. Get up. Beautiful flaps 20. Let me just open the Navigraph charts here. What else do we got? So that's really just a VOR. Can we have like a really small airport, please? That would be awesome. What's this? What's this here? 2000. That sounds good. Flaps up. Taxi. No charts available. Okay. But that's promising. How's the runway orientation? 0523. Good. Where do we need to go? 130 maybe. Good. Let's do that. So, okay, I don't need charts for the airport necessarily, but I do want to know how long the runway is. I mean, we're not that heavy anymore anyway, right? We did drop our load and that's the heading. Good. Like, payload weight 3 tons. Do we still have... I don't know how we could drop troops when we didn't even take troops. But as I understand it, there should be... Yeah, we got one more car in here. We're just gonna keep that. At least for now. Good, we need to go more towards the south. We're just gonna cheat and use the map to find the airport, since it doesn't have any navigats. We could construct something. Let's just cheat. Should be there before the land ends, right? So we're at 3,000 feet. What the hell, man? I'm gonna bring it down to idle. And search the effort again. 05 and 23. Runway heading about so. And we're probably aiming for... Oh, we got 23 knots on the nose. But that's pretty much crosswind from every direction, right? We're about to hit this mountain right there. Let's not. But it must be there, right? Is it in the valley? It's here. Look. There it is. So we're gonna have crosswind either way. Let's get rid of that EFB. I need better head tracking. That's it. We're gonna come in from this direction and use only the asphalt portion of the runway. Right, we can manage that. 0523. So that's gonna be... Let's synchronize that. Come on. Where's my... 2-3. About so. And let's come off the gas already. Already almost. Again. Got up to 3,000. That's not good. Put in 20 degrees of flaps, gear down. $30 degrees of flaps. This one's gonna be a full stop landing now. It's here, right? It's here, right between those mountains. Flaps 40, bring in a bit more power. So, right. Should be here between. I really hope that's it. We're gonna approach. Definitely gonna approach that point. See what happens. Flaps 50. Coming down to 130 knots now. Flaps full. Come on. Are you a runway or not? You are! Look! That's scary. But we can do it. 110 knots. Plane is built for that kind of stuff. Put it down. Idle. Reverse. Beta range or whatever it's called. Bonk! That was a shit landing. Why are you freaking out? That was a shit landing, but we're down, man. We're totally down. Such a cool plane. I kinda overdid it with the landing here. Or whatever. The question being, can we take off again? That's what's gonna kill us. But hey, we have to try. More power, please. And yeah, of course, the C-130 can taxi on the grass, no problem. Look at that, crosswind all the way. That's not gonna help us. Yeah, man, you never seen that before, right? God, I love the Transally. That's not gonna end well. Shit, man, that's gonna kill us. I'm serious, we're not gonna make that. But we can't leave the plane here either, can we? And also, what a perfect opportunity to try out the... Let's stop the head tracking for a second. Try out the methanol injection. Turboprop 1, Turboprop 2. And that should be it, that should be everything we have to turn on. And it's gonna inject, yeah, as I understand it, a methanol water mixture into one of the compressor stages of the engine in order to cool the air and therefore have more dense air and therefore ingest more air and therefore output more power. So that's how I understood it. If it works, I don't know. We're gonna see. So, full power. Oh my god. So there is full power. Fingers crossed. Brake release. Good airspeed coming alive. We're almost through the asphalt portion of the runway. 70 knots, 80, and I think with that flap setting we also... Come on. Come on, boy. We're gonna hit that trees. Oh no. Did that catapult us into the air at least? Please. Well, that's one way to end the stream. Can we at least not taxi further? we can steer in the water though. But we cannot engage the parking brake in the water. Okay. Well, okay. And I guess with that beautiful sight, I'm gonna release you into the night, into the evening. Thank you all very much for stopping by, watching the stream. We're not gonna park the plane, we're not gonna shut it down. Of course. There's no use. We landed in the water. We died. We bit off more than we could chew, so we're just gonna have to accept that. Anyways, guys and gals, everybody out there who took the time to tune in, spend a little time with me, enjoy the Transall tonight. Thank you all very much for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube as a replay, leave a like on the channel, subscribe to Calcium Boy. And yeah, again, thank you all very much for watching. Have a good night, and bye bye.